I came back on a Wednesday 2 days earlier than planned. The second I opened the door, the noise slammed into me. Hammering, drilling, bursts of laughter. And then the sight hit even harder. My toilet was sitting in the hallway. The bathroom was gutted. The kitchen cabinets were ripped out, and dust hung in the air like a storm had ripped through. And there they were, my sister, her husband, and his parents, all in gloves, laughing like this was some kind of family holiday project. She looked up at me, barely stopping. "We're renovating before moving in," she said. Her husband smirked. His dad chuckled. Even his mom giggled like she was in on some joke. I didn't flinch, I didn't argue, I didn't even ask questions. All I said was, "Okay." They thought I was giving in. What they didn't see was that I was already calculating. It wasn't always like this. Growing up, my sister clung to me. I paid her tuition, cleared her debts, even covered her wedding when her husband's family couldn't. She used to call me her second father, but gratitude fades, greed takes its place. After our parents passed, the house legally became mine. She asked to stay once in a while. I said yes. It was supposed to be temporary. Temporary turned into entitlement. Entitlement turned into invasion. I'd felt it building for months. She stopped asking before doing things. Her husband's voice got louder, like he was the one giving orders in my home, and her in-laws started showing up like they owned the place. Little signs stacked up. Her husband left real estate flyers, contractor business cards, even bank letters lying around. She suddenly became very curious about my schedule, when I was leaving, when I'd be back. Then one night, I overheard her on the phone whispering, "He won't fight back. He's soft. We'll make it ours." That was the moment everything clicked. The rot was out in the open. I didn't explode. That's what they wanted. Some big blow-up they could twist. A fight to paint me as unstable. Instead, I stayed calm. I pulled out the deed. My name only. No joint ownership, no loopholes, nothing tying her or her husband to the property. I updated my insurance, changed the locks, filed quiet reports about the renovations happening without permission. Every nail they hammered, every wall they tore down, it all became documented damage. While they destroyed the house piece by piece, I was building my trap. That night, staring at my gutted kitchen, I didn't sleep. I gathered every receipt, every legal paper, every photo of the mess they'd made. By morning, I had a file thick enough to bury them. Then I started making calls. The city inspector, the police liaison, my lawyer. They thought renovating behind my back was smart. They didn't realize unlicensed construction isn't just sloppy. It's illegal, especially when the house isn't even theirs. By dawn, the net was ready. The next morning, my phone buzzed. It was my sister. Her voice was shaking. "There are 5 police cars outside the house." I could picture it perfectly. The laughter gone, replaced with panic. Officers walking through the dust, asking questions, flashing badges. Her husband stammering, his parents wide-eyed, still wearing gloves caked with plaster. I drove back slowly, calm, in no rush. When I arrived, the street was buzzing, neighbors were gathered, red and blue lights bouncing off windows. My sister ran to me, trembling. You called them?" she stuttered. I looked her straight in the eye, my voice steady. "This is my house. You broke the law." The inspector raised his clipboard, listing everything: unlicensed construction, property damage, trespassing, fraud. Every word hit like a hammer. Her husband tried to argue. His father tried to yell. None of it mattered. The officers led them out one by one, their gloves stripped off along with their pride. My sister just stood there, pale, realizing too late that I'd never been the fool she imagined. When the dust finally settled, the silence in the house felt different. Not empty, but free. Their so-called renovations now stood as evidence against them. The bills they thought were mine were theirs to pay. The law was my weapon, and it cut deeper than any shouting match ever could. My sister hasn't called me since, not once, and I don't miss her voice. People ask if I regret it. No, I regret trusting her. I regret not seeing her greed sooner. But the justice, the revenge, that I'll never regret. Because when I said okay that night, I wasn't agreeing. I was declaring war. And the next morning I won.